Hi, this is Miss Gruver,
Miss Royer, and Razor.
And we're going to talk to you guys today about archetypes. So as you can see here, an archetype is a reoccurring object, character, theme, or setting. These are things that happen over and over again in literature, and we're going to talk more about that later. This video is going to cover numbers and colors. So we're going to start with color.
The color white symbolizes several things. It symbolizes innocence and purity, as in bridal white, or in the story Snow White. It also symbolizes peace, as in the white dove. White symbolizes goodness. The good guy always comes riding in on the white horse to save the day. On the flip side, though, white can also symbolize barrenness, like a polar barren wasteland where nothing grows, nothing can reproduce. It's frigid, harsh wasteland.
And then we also have black. Our most common with is the evil, the dark side, death. And if you notice in the pictures, we have some villains that are dressed in black. And I'm sure you can think of some villains that are also in black. Black can also be mystery or darkness. Think about dark black clouds, or in the scary movies when something bad is going to happen. It always happens at nighttime. But black can also have a positive association as well, like elegance and sleekness. Every girl wants her nice, elegant black dress. And then, of course, James Bond. He's in the black suit.
As most of you already know, red can be associated with anger or love, but you can come to different variables with that when you're talking about lust and violence. When you think of someone who is angry, their face gets really red. Green, however, can be new, can be spring, can be rebirth or growth. Think of recycling and the green symbol of recycling. The negative associations are jealousy, envy, right? Scar has the green eyes because he's jealous. There's also naivety or inexperience. If someone doesn't understand what's going on or hasn't been exposed to it, they can be called green.
And we also have purple. Purple we know is for royalty. And it can also have mystery as well, or wisdom. But it has a negative connotation, which can be cruelty. And then we have yellow or gold, and that is associated with wealth. It can also represent happiness or joy. Think about the smiley face or the sun. For imagination and hope, think about the light bulb that pops up in the cartoons when someone has an idea. The negative part of yellow, cowardice or sickness.
Numbers, too, have a variety of connotations, and some are quite obvious, like 13 or 666. Also, 0 or goose egg. It stands for nothing or barrenness. Other numbers, though, are maybe a little bit less obvious, and we'll cover those here. 1 can go either way. 1 can stand for unity or togetherness, but 1 also stands for loneliness. As the song goes, there's nothing sadder than the number 1.
The number 2 represents duality. You could have a balance of good and evil. Think back to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or Two-Face from Batman. There's a conflict. There's this back and forth between good and evil. The number 3 is considered a holy number. Jesus in the Bible was denied 3 times. You've got the Holy Trinity in Christianity. Last year when you read Julius Caesar, you might have noticed that Caesar refused the crown 3 times.
4 is an earthy number. It represents the 4 seasons, the 4 directions, the 4 elements, earth, wind, fire, and water.
So that brings us to the number 5. 5 means humanity. So this is where you get into the feelings of man that are both physical and emotional.
After 5, we have 6. 6 is incomplete, imperfect, something that you are still working on. So after imperfection comes perfection. So we have lucky number 7. It's a power number. It means completion. It's the perfect number.
And then there's number 8, the number of eternity, linking together man and the divine. 8 is an infinite number. It has no beginning and no end. It just keeps going and going.
And then finally, that brings us to number 9. 9 is a magic number. So think about the black cat. You always see it with witches, and witches are symbolic of magic. Plus, 9 also represents something you cannot get rid of. A black cat has 9 lives. Takes it a while to die.